This is Grace with Graceful Living. Today we have a special episode with Ryan Kramer. He's going to talk about how he dealt with the pain from a severe injury and recovered from it.
My name is Ryan Kramer. I'm born and raised in San Diego, California. Moved out to Hawaii, but a couple years back, roughly about 7 years, I was snowboarding at Mammoth with a group of friends, and I had a significant injury from a fall that led me to ultimately stay in the ER for the rest of the day. And I walked out of there with a brand new fractured set of vertebrae and a broken pelvis. It was, I was unable at one point to even hold my arms out like this. It's very humbling to have an experience where you can't physically do something that you could do on a daily basis. I had 3 of these that had compressed, so the physical weight of this, my arm sticking out in front of me, was too much for the weight. It put too much pressure on my back. So one of the biggest impacts for me, being a young professional in the medical field, was witnessing people come in and seeing different people's level of being able to accommodate this experience. And one of the ones that sticks out of my mind and will forever stick out of my mind was this 6-year-old girl whose arm was broken and bent backwards. She had a fracture. Her ability to withstand the discomfort that she experienced was amazing to me, and it just went to show me that pain is in your mind. All of it is in your head. And if you can tell yourself that everything's okay, everything's going to be okay. If you go in knowing that that pain is going to cause you discomfort and fear, and then you're starting at a really tough point. That little girl came in and toughed it out, and it just goes to show you we as human beings are capable of great things if we can tell ourselves that we are. So, one of the things that I learned through going to therapy was that it doesn't take this intense workout to be strong. It was all about getting your core muscles back to being strong again, and then working up from there. I found that physical therapy to be very valuable, and it was interesting because my perspective going into it was that I don't need this, I'm tougher than this isn't going to help me. But I found it to be incredibly valuable, and there's still things that I use that I learned in that therapy until this present day to keep myself strong and keep from feeling the pain and discomfort that comes along with having a long-term injury like this.
How did you control your pain? Did you take narcotic medication?
I did. It was something that was prescribed to me initially, was Percocet, and I found it incredibly effective. And I've had a lot of injuries in the past, and I've been able to sit through them. The broken back, the broken pelvis, without pain medication would have been very challenging. I'm so glad that we have the option to take pain medication in the times that we need it like that, but I feel like there's a time where our bodies are supposed to feel that pain. We're supposed to feel what it feels like to have an injury and how we're going to have to recover. We're stuck with that injury for the rest of our lives. So going into it, I knew that the pain medication was going to be nothing but a temporary tool for me to get myself past this pain that I had to experience one way or the other. And again, I think pain is an important thing. We need to feel pain sometimes. It's a good thing. I gave myself a deadline throughout the process to start weaning myself off. I told myself at 4 weeks it was time to stop taking the pain medication, at least on a certain level, to where I could start experiencing the feelings that my body was feeling on a real level without having any pain medication. And part of the pain medication thing too, it's a slippery slope, because like a drink of alcohol can be nice every once in a while, getting wasted all the time isn't good for anybody. Is it fun to do that every once in a while? Yeah, maybe. But is it a lifestyle that you want to lead? I don't think so. And I cut myself off, and I realized there was a lot of comfort in taking the pain medication, and for that purpose, for that reason, it was important for me to stop it. because, again, it's a slippery slope. I did experience withdrawal symptoms. I did experience a lot of pain that my body was feeling from the injury. But that's part of the healing process. It's feeling the healing. The recovery process took me I was off of work for 13 weeks. I started therapy at 9 weeks. I went through a process of a 3-month physical therapy session. It took me the better part of a year of working rigorously on my physical well-being to get to the point where I could reach down and touch my toes, and that was a point, an impact, a moment for me throughout the process where I literally put my hands up above my head and was like, I did that.
And so you just tried every day to touch them.
Stretching,
and that's how you got
exercising, physically, just hanging from a pull-up bar for 30 seconds.
That's how you regain your
just
strength.
keep doing these physical things, little physical things to regain that core strength. And then one of the questions that was asked of me on a regular basis was, are you going to snowboard again? Of course I'm going to snowboard again. Am I in a wheelchair? Can I not do this physically anymore? No, man, this is my passion. I love doing these physical things, these surfing, snowboarding, rock climbing, mountain biking. I want to do these things. I want to be able to swim a mile and out and back. So that was very important to me, and I think that gave me strength to continue on and to get stronger and to be able to do all those things. So I was snowboarding the next year. I wasn't doing backflips, but I was on the mountain snowboarding, and I was rock climbing and physically challenging myself and making it a point to work through being myself again was so important to me.
So how long did it take you to go rock climbing again or surfing again?
I was doing all of these things within
6
months.
6 months.
I may not have been doing them at a high level. I'm not afraid of getting hurt. I'm more interested in challenging myself to physically be able to do what I want to do without getting hurt.
I did shrink a little bit inadvertently. I think I used to be around 6'1". I'm pushing about 6 foot now. So yeah, there is not a day that goes by that I don't. I'm not reminded by the feeling of having that injury. My back gets stiff. I have to stretch more. I mean, one of the things that I've tried to do is get myself not only to a level of where I was before my injury, but I want to go above and beyond that. So I've made it a point to try to push myself physically, push myself through the feeling of discomfort. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't recognize the fact that I have had a significant injury at some point or another. I feel the tightness. There's days that I feel pain. There's days that I wish that I had a pain medication, heavy-duty pain medication around to just wipe it clean off the slate. But I don't allow myself to fall back on that. I try to do physical activities that keep me strong mentally, and I feel like the mental strength that I've gained from this injury is and will forever carry me on into other parts of my life and just make me a stronger individual. But working through the pain, I'm a human being. I'm just a product of my environment. So I recognize that I have had injuries before. My body's never going to be the same. My expectations are thus. And this way I'm not confused. I don't think that there's ever any time where I feel like I need to rely on pain medication, because I have always looked within myself for that strength. Most of the exercises that I found incredibly valuable were simple balance, core, plank style type exercises that I gained through my experience with physical therapy. And it was the simple stuff that made me feel the strongest. It wasn't the big pumping iron thing. It wasn't, can I look beefy or anything like that. It was, can I strengthen my core and can I keep myself strong for a long time? The pain medication is just a crutch. And what do we do with crutches when we can walk? We set them aside. There's no need for crutches if you can walk. So there's no need for pain medication if you can deal with the pain. Because pain is a natural thing, just like sadness or happiness or anything else is. It's a natural phenomenon that as human beings have to experience, and it's part of the beauty of this thing called life. Part of living life is feeling happy, is feeling sad, is feeling strong, is feeling weak. The times that we feel weakest, I feel like we can gain the most strength from these times because they show us what we can aspire to be.
If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Please go to gracinghawaii.com for more information. Thank you, Ryan, for sharing your experience with us. Please don't try this at home, kids.